A lot of people these days are buying and selling items on social media or online, but you want to be safe when you are doing it. So today we brought in our good friend, Master Trooper David Peters, who is Public Information Officer for Troop N in Hazleton. Master Trooper Peters, thanks so much for being here with us today. This is really an important subject matter because just recently in Northumberland, three people were actually killed over the sale of a car. So this is frightening.
Obviously, with the pandemic going on in 2020, you've seen a lot more people buying and selling stuff online, obviously, because you couldn't get into retail places to buy things, or not having maybe the funds to buy something brand new has forced more people to shop online, and whether that be like sites like eBay or on social media, trying to maybe eliminate third-party verification, things like that, so they don't have to pay out. They receive more of the profit. But you have to be careful with those things. You have to understand where you're buying it from. You have to know if the price is right in comparison. So, we recommend people do their own research on something. If they're looking at something to buy, that good old rule of thumb is if it's too good to be true, it usually isn't true. So to be careful with that. You try to meet in public places if you can. Obviously, in the case that you speak of in Northumberland County over a car. But if you have like a washer or dryer, things like that, that you can't readily move to a public location, the more pictures, the better. Maybe arrange where there's, the best you can to verify the person's identity. If it's through eBay or things like that, you might be able to verify if they've purchased through eBay before. Are they flagged for any type of reasons because they misrepresent the product they're selling, or there's been some unruly type of activity when it comes to them purchasing things. But you never can be too sure. So, try to avoid that meeting being at your house. I don't know the particulars of what happened in Northumberland, but, anytime someone feels they're being defrauded or scammed in any way, it could lead to people acting in different types of behavior.
So should we do our research on the person we're buying or selling from like that to make sure? I mean, what would we look for even to know that maybe they're not the most upfront person to deal with?
You're having conversations with someone. I mean, try to ask some questions in regards to that person's background or things like that. Why they want the purchase, why, certain things. I mean, obviously it sounds very invasive into someone's thing. They just want to buy a washer and dryer. They want to buy something. However, if that face-to-face meeting with a stranger, you can just explain why you're asking those questions. Again, it's better to try to use verified sites that have somewhat type of protections placed in them to verify that the money's there, that, checked in balance or things like that before you go ahead and release the product. But again, more and more people are trying to do that on their own and putting things out. There's other sites that you see through Facebook and other social media sites that are verified sites that maybe have designated meeting locations for people to buy and sell. Again, that you don't want to have to move the washer and dryer from your house, but if somebody's very interested in purchasing it, then maybe get some people to help you put it into a truck.
What's the best way for us to handle paying for something or receiving payment? Is one way better than another so that we don't get ripped off?
That's always a good thing. I mean, people, a lot of people, again, back in the day, checks. However, checks bounce. People write fraudulent checks all the time. Cash rules. It seems in a lot of those online transactions or face-to-face transactions, people would prefer cash, because once they write a check and leave, and if it bounces, they have no way to get back in touch with them. So again, use verified sites. Put it on eBay, put it on a verified site to sell it. Then if the payment's coming in that it's been verified by that third-party payment company, the money is in there, you can go ahead and release the product to be sold or shipped or things like that.